Perfect. I'm on that 5:30 bendy. Jumped in, set the schedule, set the timetable, everything come up. As it should. Minutes to go. Right, a quick muck. Right.
Welcome back.
8 months till go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should leave 3. 1, 2. Temperature is coming up in Nestle. Next stop's the zoo. One thing before you go. Oh, didn't see you, sorry. Birds online. This bus can accelerate, so I can just pull away. Ian's not getting on. Yeah, okay. Not the right. I don't have all night to wait. White textures in Berlin again.
Oh, lovely.
Why is nobody getting on?
Right destination.
I think so. Hertz to holiday on Andres, yeah. No, now you're gonna get on. Yep.
Hallo.
Hallo.
Eine Frage.
And quite frankly,
I don't give a damn. Am I right?
yep. You might be right, but you're left.
No, I'm hanging straight down at the moment.
temperature's going down. Why? I don't know. I hate those Golfs. Probably because the Mark II Golf was one of my first ever cars. It was a heap of scrap, cost me a fortune. And it wasn't green, no.
Is it not?
Nope.
For shame.
It was a purpley colour. And the rust came free. Olivia de Platz. Don't let me play it.
I'm not.
You scrape that any harder, there'll be no enamel left on it.
Ah, well, sure, it's only lead paint. Never hurt nobody.
Ooh, come on, mate.
Immer normal bitte.
The back dares aren't open on hay. It's a disgrace. I'll take it, chap. There you go. A minute late, might need to put up a dune. Better out than none.
Hallo.
Get on or get
Hello.
off. Choice is yours. There's Johnny on the VWG company. Don't know who he is. See ya, Johnny. Like that view. Speedbird should be up here shortly. Hello, Grandpa. I don't think I'll make it out by that point. Come on. He's terminated, isn't he? Damn AI. Hiya, B-Mobile One, how are you? Welcome to the madhouse.
That's my phrase. Fuck off.
I was just about to say, please don't be offended by the swearing.
Get fucked. Please. Please get fucked. There we go. So that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Good.
As long as you've got manners, you can swear all you want. Nice manners. I hate this section. Goes from a 50 down to a 30. Here's OMSI fan. Why do I know that name? OMSI fan. OMSI fan 2.
Fucked if I know.
I was speaking out loud.
Oh right, okay, sorry.
What'd you eat? Anything nice? Probably something snobby, knowing you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just some leftover dinner that I had on my plate here that I hadn't finished.
Ah.
It was a bit of everything. We're celebrating the Chinese New Year. I saw. So I had some leftover duck that I ran out of pancakes for.
So vegan?
Some cucumber and spring onions and some spring rolls and some
Bastard.
king prawns in filet pastry.
Oh, right, just rub it in, yeah. Was it nice?
It was alright, yeah. Still fucking hungry
Bottomless pit.
because I'm just a fat bastard, yeah. It's just my mouth, my stomach. It is just a black hole with tonsils.
Yeah.
To quote One Foot in the Grave, I've known plastic cutlery go missing down there before now.
Brave man to go looking for it. What's by all the Mercedes-Benz
Bands.
vans? Uh-huh. There's about 6 in there parked up. No ambulances.
Bands. Mercedes bands.
Mercedes-Benz. It's the 115 away up there. Just to scare those 2 boys off. Oh well. Nobody loves me. Never come to my stream.
I'd have about 100 people by now going, hey, you're doing it wrong.
I don't give a shite. I stream because I want to, not for followers or for people to come and watch. Or
I don't even want to, I just stream because people said, oh, you should stream this. So I did.
you're easy influenced. Goes to 30 down on here now somewhere. After this one, I think. Yeah, there it is. Bar Stewart. So can you not apply for a different area in your VATSIM?
Yeah, I can. But I don't want to.
Why? Would London not be good? London Control?
Yeah, but I don't want to. In my experience, everyone who has done that turns into a prick.
Why?
I think it's something to do with the training they get. They just get this mentality and they just become complete and utter cunts. Excuse my French.
Who's a trainer?
I don't know who it is. No idea. But the ones who I've known known people from the UK there. I've talked to them when they were in the UK for a long time. Some really nice people. As soon as they start their controlling, they get up.
In London?
Yeah, well, in the UK in general. They get up to an S1, which is the ground controller.
Yeah.
That's all right. S2, yeah, they get a bit know-it-all with S2, and they get a bit of an attitude problem, you could say sometimes. S3 and above, the radar controllers just turn into complete pricks, and I think part of the problem is maybe that was the attitude they've inherited from the person who trained them, and the other part of it is that retards just turn up and fly. And in London especially,
well,
they all go, oh, Heathrow, that looks fun.
Define a
At the time
retard
we
and
use-
flying, but, you know...
No, I mean people who connect without reading any of the documents, don't know how to point their plane where they want it to go, don't know how to climb it or descend it when they're expected to know, that sort of stuff.
Well, I would fall under that bracket, but one thing I will always say, whenever I filed a flight plan, I always put on it an example.
Oh yeah,
on
but
last-
if you're a newbie, fair enough. If you
Yeah.
put in the remarks that you're new,
newbie
then-
or old hand returning after X number of years, rusty, you know.
certainly, yeah, but you still basically you'll know roughly what to do.
Yeah, I know my stars, my
If-
SIDs,
if
and
a-
climb or descend, or I can follow
Yeah.
basic instructions from a controller.
Well, SIDS and stars, mate, you're my ideal person to have, because that's the big problem I've got at the moment. But
Yes.
if a controller tells you turn left heading 360, you'll know to fly north.
And even
These
the,
people
even
I'm
the
talking about
dumbest
the
of
ones that
people
don't.
can press autopilot and click the button to turn 360 or whatever. You know, it's not rocket
But that's
science.
what they can't do. That's what they're.
No,
yeah, but
that's
what these
not
people
rocket
are talking
science.
about. And then otherwise it's language barrier. But they get really frustrated. Really, there's just a cherry parked on the side of the road. They get really frustrated really easily, for no reason. Sometimes it seems for no reason.
Right.
Whereas other people I've met and from where I'm controlling now, they're much more relaxed, much friendlier.
Plausible and
perhaps it's because we don't have as much traffic, so we've got time to slow down and talk someone through it if they need
Yeah.
help, rather than, sorry, can you just disconnect because I got 1,000 people trying to talk to me and you're not helping.
But then the average bear shouldn't be logging on to London on a Sunday night at
I know,
9
but they
o'clock.
think-
They think, oh, I
They
can
think,
jump
"Oh,
on there and
Heathrow,
go.
that looks fun. Heathrow, I'll give that a go." But they don't think, oh shit, I'm a bit out of my depth.
I've seen me log on or look at the servers and go, shit, I ain't going near that tonight. You know.
I never do. But mine was for the reason of the attitude problem. That's why I never, when I did fly, I never flew in the UK. Because it felt like a chore. It felt like work coming to fly in the UK because everyone's.
I looked at
when
Scotland
I
at
experienced
one
it
stage,
outside of the airports anyway.
and started
Everywhere else,
reading up and never bothered my whole.
everywhere else I've flown, people are very polite, nice and happy, cheerful, genuinely sometimes grateful that you've chosen to fly there.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly. But some people just take it for granted that no matter how much of an arsehole they are, they're always going to have more people turning up afterwards. Whereas the rest of us who have a place which traffic isn't guaranteed every day, you can't just log on and know that you're going to have some people to control. You might have to wait a few hours for someone to turn up. In that situation, we're much more aware. We're much more aware that what we say and what we do and how we portray ourselves to the pilots will affect them coming back. And if you piss off 30 people, that's 30 people who won't fly back to you again.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be making people's lives easier and at the same time having fun yourself and making sure they're having fun.
Enjoyable. And then our 30 zone.
Just read through 80 pages of some stuff I had to look at.
Lovely.
It's one way to get around it, I suppose.
What did you learn?
Quite a lot.
After
Quite a lot, actually.
reading it once. Might have to read it
Yeah,
about
well,
4 times to.
I'll have to keep it, but yeah. I'll have to keep, keep it so I can refer to it.
I went my EMT course a year and a half ago. And the schooling was sort of 8 to 4.
Yeah.
And I spent the next 7 hours after 4 trying to learn what they had went over that day.
Oh, right.
Fucking reading and rewriting. Average.
It's never easy, is it?
No, average 16.
Especially when you're out of the habit of learning for so long.
Well, that was my problem, 25 years from I left school.
Yeah.
But
If you're in the habit of getting up, going to school, learning, going home, doing homework, getting up the next day, going to school, learning, then you're alright. But once you've been out of it for so long...
when the brain's active and going, it's alright, but
Sure. Well, even if the brain's active, it's fine, but it's just getting into the habit of remembering deadlines and having to learn, having to write and having to read and remind yourself.
we had
'Cause
practice.
you can learn as much as you want. If you don't use it again,
Yeah.
you're gonna be fucked until you've
half of it.
learnt it. Yeah.
Traffic lights just all went out. I think you do that in Berlin after 12, isn't that right?
Not sure.
They were on, it just went off.
Uh-huh.
Give me a practical on my hands and I can read it twice and know it off the top of my head, but give me the theory part of it and I will learn it at my own pace. I actually like the timetables in Berlin because they run pretty
Yeah.
smooth. See, those lights on deck too. Oh well.
Oh.
So your division is VATSIM Europe, that's right.
Yep.
And can you jump on anywhere in Europe and control?
Nope. Only where I've been trained.
So you couldn't jump on the France control or Paris tower or...
No, every place has its own procedures that you have to learn,
Yeah.
study for and learn to be able to control there. Yeah.
What is it? Control, approach, tower, ground?
Yep, and then sometimes delivery at bigger airports.
Delivery being readback, etc.
Yeah, it's the clearance delivery. They verify your route and give you your clearance with the SID, escort code, any other information like when you can expect to push back or what your sequence number is or
Right.
if there's any delays.
Then do you not start at the bottom there and work your way up?
Yep, you start off as delivery or
Delivery.
ground.
And have to pass exams.
Yep,
Are those done online?
yep, they're all done online. There's simulated sessions, so it connects you to like a virtual server.
Mm-hmm.
You can log in as a controller before you got the rating for it,
The shadow
and
somebody.
the one
Many points to
above. And then no, someone mentors you. They set up a situation that's been compiled in a text file, and the software reads the text file and puts in planes. And
Right.
your teacher controls all of the aircraft, speaks to you, and you reply as if you were controlling it, and you can control the aircraft. And that's how they teach you, sort of, in quiet areas. They put a load of simulated traffic in and see how well you deal with it. Because obviously in quiet countries, it's not like London. You're not going to have traffic every night.
Are they hard to pass? Can be.
Can be. Mine, I failed mine. My C1 exam, which is the final one,
Yeah.
or the highest one.
Shite.
Here
we go again.
Missing tiles.
Look at it.
Well, I'm gonna wait for it to come up.
Yeah.
That one,
It's
I
always in
can.
the same place. It's always in the exact same place.
It's almost like he's loaded the wrong one in, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you see when I quit?
And it will come back and it'll load all right.
Yep. click restart. It'll come straight back on. Only thing it'll probably be moving, but. Sorry, you were saying?
I failed at the highest exam because I switched into speaking Russian for a pilot who couldn't understand what I was trying to tell him. Bearing in mind the exams are all online with real people, and
English is
this
the.
pilot came in, flying in. At the time I was up in Latvia, which used to be the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
So there's loads of Russians that go in there in and out. They still think it's part of Russia. Anyway, that's a different story. And he came in. He was doing all right with English, and then I got him. I was vectoring him, about to vector him onto final. So I put him into a sequence. Other planes flying around him on different headings, getting towards the point where I'm going to turn them onto the runway.
Yeah.
Towards the runway. And then he just couldn't understand what I was telling him. I don't know if it was a problem with how I was saying it, a problem with his sound, or lag, or what. So a couple of times trying in English, I switched to Russian because I knew it was Russian. Gave him the instruction in Russian. He immediately replied, immediately followed the instruction, and the situation was resolved. From then on, did everything in English. And then he apologized, sorry, I didn't understand. I said, that's fine. But in that situation where if he doesn't understand for much longer and he carries on where he's going to crash into someone.
Alright. But you still
apologized, no problem.
Because it was in English?
Oh, I completed the exam. No worries. Got to the end. Oh yeah, thank you, that was very good, but you failed because you didn't speak in English to that pilot. And I thought, fuck you, because to use your own initiative and resolve a situation like that without prompting or help.
Think outside the box.
I think that should be even more reason for a pass, but no,
Yeah.
apparently not. But never mind. But I did it from applying to start ATC training to getting the highest one was 14 months for me.
That's quick.
It is, yeah. And there are still people in that place there where I did it who are still
Struggling.
the lowest level. Yeah, but they haven't got any higher than ground. And they were there before I was there. It's mostly because they lose interest or they don't request the training sessions, stuff like that. If you don't bother to request it, they're not that proactive saying, do you still want training? Do you still want training? Because there's other people they got to deal with, so. But yeah, that was fun. It was interesting learning, and it was nice to learn. I enjoyed it. It was a good experience to feel like you're back at school. Having to study.
There you go.
And then having to grovel to your friends saying, do you mind flying to this shithole corner of the Soviet Union for me on Friday because I need to pass my exam? That's the only reason I passed the rest of mine first time. And I've seen countless people fail because they didn't have enough traffic. It's because I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I'm a nice guy. Yeah, I'm a nice guy, and I made loads of friends, and I asked them, and they all turned up, and they all knew what they were doing, which was nice. Apart from a few that tagged along, friends of friends sort of thing. But yeah, that's the reason of being a nice person is that not only people come back, they see you online, and they all choose to fly to you. Yeah. Which with my airspace that I do late at night is quite good, quite easy, because I'm covering basically the whole of Eastern Europe, so if they're flying in or out of Poland or even across to Dubai, they're going to come through my airspace, so I can still say hello and have a chat. And it's nice to see the same people over and over again and say, oh, how are you doing? How was your return leg last week? That sort of thing.
Well, that's when I was flying at the peak, it was BA virtual, and there was about 6 or 7 of us. Would have met up on a Sunday night and done a flight.
Yeah.
And the same thing, you'd been on VATSIM, and it was probably the same controllers and stuff, and I found them alright, but...
Yeah, it's just getting into that habit of knowing where the nice people are, and you can keep flying back there.
Mine's was all short hops, out of Belfast to Glasgow, or Belfast and to Manchester, or...
When I was flying for the virtual Ryanair, I discovered a flaw in their point system, which gave you the same amount of points for a 1-hour flight as it did for a 20-minute flight.
Right.
So I used to fly all the time out of Prestwick into Glasgow and back, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, add a bit more fuel, same route, load the company route, turn around, go back, land, load some fuel, company route, go back. and you could do 6 or 7 flights in a day, or sort of in a couple of hours,
And get the same
and
points
get
for...
same points as having done an hour and a half flights. Yeah. So I leveled up pretty quick in that company. Didn't get many flying hours for it, but I leveled up pretty quick.
I was one of the...
Also, if you're on the ground for a few hours, well, not a few hours, but you know, the 20 minutes you're on the ground before you push back,
Uh-huh.
and the 15 minutes on the ground when you're waiting to return, they count as well. So the more time you're on the ground, the more hours you get. Yeah.
I was one of the first that had joined BA Virtual with Steve Eldis or Steve Geddes or can't even
I don't
mind.
recognise the name.
He was the founder of British Airways Virtual. John.
Apparently, they've got some like pilot awareness system now that you have to once an hour you have to tune your radio to this other frequency, and then their software recognizes that you've tuned,
Right.
or it'll ask you to press a certain button in the cockpit to show that you're
Say that they used to
there.
have that if you were doing the long haul. You couldn't
Yeah, but
once you get out over
it's
the
every
Atlantic.
hour.
Jonathan Groos, Van something, I think he was Dutch. Your man Steve was doing all the stuff manually through an Excel spreadsheet,
Oh shit.
and this guy Van created the first automated PR pilot hours filing system.
Mhm.
I went through all that. And they actually, whenever you had to fly with them every 30 days.
Yeah.
And I think I went 90 days and he sent me an email and it says, look, PC's not updated, I'm not updated, I've lost interest and stuff, and okay, we'll give you another 90 days. Those days money was tight, couldn't buy another PC, blah blah blah. It just lapsed eventually. And that's when I lost the VAT sum and everything there. Yay, we're coming to the end. Andres, this turn at the bottom's gonna be fun. Round the little roundabout and back up. Oh, who put that there? And I didn't get a speeding fine either. I'm not even going to check them out. I'll just go. Who's that? Too early, too early.
Story of your life. Well, hey.
Tom Tasty. Yeah.
Too much information.
Tom Tasty YT is online on the map. Alright, what need to do? Turn the heat off. Need a pee. Kill the lights.
It's amazing though how much crossover there is. I know loads of people who are into flight sim who also like their train sim and bus sim. And...
You see, when I bought the first game of PC, I tried to get back into flight sim. But with nothing backed up, what I had back in say 2000 on flight sim would probably cost you 800 or 900 quid now.
Yeah.
No, shit, no, fuck. And to fly without it was pointless. So I think the first one I got into was